All right, we out of here. Camden. That's the neighborhood, I guess. And there's Cedar Street again. This is where I came in. So, make a right. We're going to head down to the park. Waterfront Park, I think it's called. It's at the north end of the Embarcadero. Supposed to be an art installation there, like metal sculptures that come from another area. I'll try to edit in the name of that other area on the bottom of the screen if I remember when I edit, because I guess he's come from a different location. Their permanent residence is elsewhere. Should be good. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Everybody's got something going on with social media, myself included. Hey everybody, I'm switching over to the voiceover now. My original recording, something happened and it actually went into slow-mo, so I had to speed it back up to get it to show properly, but it means that I don't have any audio, so all the talking I did while we were walking around is lost. Anyhow, here we are crossing the Pacific Highway, and we are near that county building again. Pardon me, I cannot read the words on the building like I did when I was there live, but anyhow, nice view of the municipal, whatever county building there, as we're leaving the Mercado Little Italy Farmers Market on a nice October Saturday. Here we are looking out back towards that Pacific Highway. So that was a nice walk. If you want to check out that video, the first half of this video, it's in my videos. I just uploaded it prior to this one, showing the sights and sounds of the market. Here we are just looking around on the streets here of San Diego. Beautiful. By all means, fall in San Diego is a good bet. It appears to be a lot less crowded than it normally is, and the temperature is way more accommodating. It was very comfortable walking around in that city. Okay, so I'm trying to find a way into the, I guess it would be Waterfront Park. I'm still looking for those art installations that were advertised. Supposedly that artist has things out in the desert. I even overheard some people that were checking it out saying, "Oh yeah, I've been to his exhibits out in the art or out in the desert for his artwork." It's all like cast iron. Normally I'd have all the sound to this video. That's what I do in all my videos. I like to capture the sounds of the people and the, whatever music playing and this and that. Nice statue of a baseball player. It's kind of interesting. Anyhow, if you check out my video of the market, it is of live audio, so you can really catch all the energy of that event. Unfortunately, it's not cooperating here, so I'm making do as best I can. Okay, so we're coming up here towards the waterfront. You can see those ships up ahead, those sailing ships. Nice water feature here. These fountains here. Get kids playing in the water. I bet this is popular in the summer when it's hot. Pretty cool place to bring your children, especially the little ones. Very shallow water, but nice to play in. So those ships up ahead, that's this, what they call the Star of India, over near the water. But we're going to go towards the right because I had spotted what I believe to have been possibility that the art exhibit was over there, and I also wanted to get a good look at the entire waterfront. We had already explored from out in front of Spring Hill Suites and down towards where the USS Midway is kept, their museum. And then over here, I was really interested in going and taking a look at a couple of boats in particular that were parked along the side. I don't know what I'm pointing at there. Oh, I think I finally spotted. I pointed and said something. I think it has to do with, the boat, that boat there. Turns out that one there on the left is owned by the former whatever CEO of UFC fighting, Hodor, I think it's called. I can't remember. It's 20 or 40 million. I think it's a $20 million boat. I don't know, but you'll see it up close later. There we go. Ricardo Braqueda, Public Art Roadshow. So there's the artist. And this stuff is up ahead. We're passing the other side of the county building here. Really nice architecture. This is normally a water fountain here, but for whatever reason, the water is not pumping that day. So if you're ever going to consider walking from over near Spring Hill Suites or whatever near the wharf all the way up to Little Italy, it's totally doable. It's a healthy walk, but you can do it. I did all that and the rest of the waterfront that day, and I'm an old fat guy, so you can do it too. There's the Hodor, or whatever it's. I thought it was like almost, I knew it was probably a yacht, but it looks almost like an expedition type boat. I'm not sure. Maybe he does do some exploration in that thing. And here we are. There's the sign again, another fold-up sign that he puts out. Yeah, San Diego County Administration Building. Kind of famous local artist, I suppose, but this stuff is pretty impressive. It's all made out of metal. So he's probably getting commissioned to create stuff all the time. So if you're in San Diego area and you want to go check out this guy's artwork, you can just Google his name and they'll take you to wherever it is he is set up. There you go. Art of the Desert. There you go. I don't know if you can read that. If you're on the TV, you could probably pause it and read that. He was not there when I was there. Bummer, he was on lunch break. There were some women manning the desk, so it's all right. Not that I wouldn't have been able to air his interview anyhow if he was there. So since my camera decided to pull a shenanigan on me. All right, I'm gonna walk over here. He had an octopus in the back of his truck. So big metal calamari ready to go. It's pretty neat. That must be fun watching him drive down the road with an octopus in the back of his truck and two bighorn sheep and a velociraptor and a snake on a trailer behind him. You can't miss him going down the road. It's a little bit glitchy, the film, because I had to speed it up. So it's not. I apologize for this video, but anyhow, walking tour nonetheless. At least I didn't do the age-old thought it was recording and it turns out it wasn't. That's the worst. Done that. And off we go again. So when it's on the mellow side down near that waterfront, you don't have to necessarily use the crosswalks. I mean, you can jaywalk. It seemed like a lot of people were doing it. I wouldn't advise it when there's a lot of traffic, but the lights are pretty far apart. So if you want to cross back and forth at your own risk, disclaimer, just be careful. There is a median, so you can get, just get halfway across, no problem. There's that same water feature without the water. I am not sure the relevance of that thing. I didn't read the stuff on the bottom. I can only consume so much information when I'm out roaming around. So that's the billionaire's boat on the right. The billionaire's multi-million-dollar boat. This one over here is an expeditionary scientific vessel from France. That one I'm more interested in and more impressed with, because it's one that goes down to the Antarctic and all around in the ice fields and whatnot. I still haven't Googled what it's been used for, like what it's famous for, because I remember, I think Perseverance, I think that's the name of it. Nice big green spaces. It seems like they're on a constant battle with keeping the homeless at bay. I read that they are cracking down on people camping in the parks. That's great, because that's a problem for us in Hawaii. when they just take over a whole area. It's kind of a bummer when you can't even enjoy the park. But it seemed like San Diego is not letting that happen. Yes, there's homeless here and there, but they're not controlling the public space narratives. So I'm happy for that. So this boat that you see, those wooden ships there, I don't know what their names are, but there was one over there coming in when I was crossing, and it's a bummer that I don't have the audio because they were firing cannons, like, not cannonballs, but they were making cannon sounds, and I guess they're cosplaying Pirates of the Caribbean kind of stuff. Pretty cool. So if you're in San Diego, that's obviously a thing you can do. Go out on one of these boats. They don't unfurl the sails, I don't think. They really can't unless they're gonna have a crew. I don't even there aren't even any sails on those vessels. They're just all motor power. So right now it looks like this is when I was getting ready to try and figure out crossing, and I was like, okay, everyone else seems to be doing it. I'm gonna do it too. You see the other people without hesitation. Just watch for the cars and go. Seemed like there's a pretty fair amount of parking there. I saw a lot of parking meters. I did not rent a car when we were in San Diego, so I can't really speak to that whole situation. Closer view of that old vessel. This would be the captain's quarters in the back. Pretty cool. That's the Star of India. I read that it's the oldest active steel hull vessel in the world. There, you see that? The smoke? They fired a cannon there. Look at that. Man, it's a bummer that I didn't get the audio. Because then they were all cheering too, like, oh, whatever, the tourists on the boat were doing their arg me matey, whatever kind of nonsense. I would have been all in for that. I love doing retard stuff like that. And then I was like commenting they're pretending to fire upon this poor old boat here. It looks like it's not even going out in the water. It looks like you throw a rock at that thing and it'll go right through the hull. It's all rotted out. Now I don't know what happened. I'm filming this guy. But then I was like, why don't you pick on something on your own size? Why don't you go take a shot at that aircraft carrier over there and see what happens to you? It's funny. There's 25% of the U.S. naval fleet is stationed in San Diego. I was reading about that. The largest possession of naval vessels is actually in, what's going on here? There we go. In Norfolk, Virginia. That's our largest naval fleet. Second largest is in our home state at Hickam, I guess it would be called, whatever, in Pearl Harbor. I have no idea it's the first time I've been looking at this since I filmed this. Oh man, it's a bummer. What is happening with this? Sorry about all this, everybody. Got some glitching going on. But bear with me. We're headed back towards the Perseverance and the Hodor. We'll get there. Da-da-da. There we go. All right, so there's an old submarine there. Been sitting there a while. Poor thing. It's got all kind of seaweed and moss on it and barnacles. Been just sitting there for years. There's a PCF. I forget what kind of military vessel those are. I forget the name. They were pretty prevalent in Vietnam, as I recall. My father would have known the name. He's got all these boats. He had all these boats memorized in his mind. So I tried to walk up here to this gift shop. I thought, oh, maybe I can. It's a ferry boat. I was like, oh, maybe I can sneak into that sub for free. So I walk up here, plus I can get a better view of this. But then I come to realize that I got inside. Oh, nope, there's an admission fee. And those people, same thing. That older couple was ahead of me. They just turned around. I'm about to do the same thing. It's like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to pay to look at that thing. I pick and choose what I invest in on our vacations. That's how we can afford to travel the way we do. We're cheapskates, you know. I know some people, they go on vacation, they just spend out on everything. That's how they do vacation, and that's cool. But when you're on a limited budget, then that means you don't get to vacation as much or for as long if you're, spending big stacks of money. So I looked at that and I'm like, no, that ain't worth paying for. It's like going inside an old boiler. I'm good. I get the idea. Big metal tube. Raja. This is the one I'm actually more interested in. This is the vessel, the expedition vessel. Perseverance, is that what it's called? It's got the French flag on it. All the scientific goodies. That's a legit sailboat slash power. Like they're using wind and diesel fuel to get around. I'm going to have to look it up and see what these guys have been involved in. I know I've seen them, the reference to this boat when it comes to, documentaries and whatnot. It's there. If you can pause that on a TV, you'll be able to read it, where they've journeyed and whatnot. Pretty busy vessel. I think I'm going to zoom in here pretty soon on the how thick the metal is on it. Look at this. Okay, this thing is okay. It's kind of hard to see. I was trying to show you just how thick the metal is. Like it's meant to go into icebergs. Like it won't sink. Like it'll just bounce off. Big ice flows. Theoretically. I don't think they test it like that as much as they. I don't think they're trying to challenge the ice. What? I didn't get a shot of the name of the boat. Perseverance, I believe. Poor filming. Come on, Adam. You got to do better. That thing has all of its rigging. It has all of its masts and whatnot. Everyone always comes. I notice people are walking up like they're ready to go up into it. They want to climb aboard. Okay, there's the name on the vessel. Yeah. Perseverance. Google it. Go look it up. You'll see what's what. Now we're going to go see the billionaire's toy over here, which also, look at that, I can't get enough of that county building, can I? This thing really kind of had this yacht had the look of being like, I don't know, like a support vessel or something. I don't know. I'm gonna want to research this too and see. Obviously, you can pull boats in underneath it, like right underneath its whatever observation deck, and it had a bunch of Look like stand-up paddle boards in there. I don't know if those are rescue boards, but maybe I bet they're using this for diving and stuff like that. It's definitely a recreational vessel, I guess. I don't know. That's my guess. There's where all the rich people hang out behind them tinted windows. I found it interesting when I was there. There's a Hodor. There it is. There's the name, Hodor. And yeah, there's a bum picking through their rubbish barrel. See right there. And I was thinking, yep, there's a ultra wealthy literally rubbing up against the ultra poor. Ah, the world we live in. Billionaires with their multi-million-dollar toys and the guy living in the street digging through their rubbish. I'd like to say I'm somewhere in the middle there, but I'm actually much closer to the guy in the rubbish barrel than I am the billionaire. On the spectrum, I'm actually right near that guy. Aren't we all? Mm-hmm. We gotta start the revolution, people. Let's take that boat and let's all enjoy it. Arrgh! Get that pirate ship and open fire on that thing. There you go. Open the cannons on that thing. All right, there we are. We're looking at it as vessels again. It's sail ships, a lot of boats, a lot of stuff going on in that harbor. Sailboats, speedboats, ferries, Jack Sparrow, billionaires, maybe some bums swimming around in there. I don't know. People are renting jet skis. The weather's perfect. And a lot of U.S. Navy vessels. They're across the way. You can always see them out yonder on the distant shore. I counted at least 5 aircraft carriers. Am I right? If you're a nautical nut, this is a place to go. For those of you who know your boats, you're probably like, oh, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. He's just clueless. I am. I admit it. So if you got information about any of these vessels, please go ahead and comment. Any of them, any and all. I like learning stuff. I like learning stuff almost as much as I like forgetting things. My wife is laughing behind me here. She knows this is true. All right, we're doubling back now. We're going to continue our journey. I want to connect all the dots. I'm very OCD like that. Finish the journey down the waterfront and get to where we were. On our prior video, we actually toured down near the Midway. My wife was with me on that journey. My camera didn't fail me that day. Or I should say I didn't fail my camera. The camera's not failing. I just hit some button, didn't know what I was doing. Maritime Museum. American flag, a symbol, former symbol of freedom, now a fascist moniker. Oh, sorry. Sorry, no politics, no politics. Bowsprit. That's a bowsprit. Yeah, the sign just told me, whatever that means. There's a sign with all the different types of vessels that are stationed by the Navy. Now here's our Star of India. Cool, cool boat. Yeah, 1863. I think they said it's been on the water since 1863. That's the middle of the U.S. Civil War. Unbelievable. This thing was sailing the seven seas when General Lee and Ulysses S. Grant were having it out in the first Civil War. I guess we're about to get into the second one. Star of India. I think I zoomed in on this thing. Yeah, there we go. Pause and read all about it. The Isle of Man. It was constructed, I believe, in Great Britain, in the British Isles. So this boat, it said something about it circumnavigated the globe many times. I can't remember the exact number, but that thing has been some places. And now I'm just staring at the sign. I don't know why. Come on, move it along. There we go. They have all the sails unfurled. That's nice. For effect. Did not go on board. That costs money. I'm not do that. I've been on deck on a boat at Disneyland. So it's the same thing, right? It was part of the price of admission. All right, now we're getting up to the restaurants area. This is like this dock, whatever, been converted into a place to eat and tourist stuff. And that was it. I'm like, okay, I'd been there because we ate there the other night. I'm going to join this family and we're going to cross the street again. I'm not looking at them. I don't want to look at them. I would rather to look at this car back at the water while I wait to cross. We're almost done with our tour. Here we go. I'm going to just blow these people away. Watch this. I'm out of the crosswalk because I'm a rebel. I'm a renegade. Look at this. I go my own way. Shoop. Back on the sidewalk. See? Not much traffic. So we're headed back towards the hotel. There's Wyndham, Spring Hill Suites, whatever the Residence Inn. All that stuff's down there. I guess people who come in on the cruise ships are pretty happy for it. There's the cruise ship that was there for one day when we were there. There's Wyndham. We don't got nothing to do with that place. That's not part of Bonvoy. See ya. We're all in on Bonvoy. All the Marriott properties. Got to get in for the points. You know what I'm saying, people? If you travel a lot, stay in a lot of hotels, get with a brand, get your points. Always get your points for hotels. Get your points for your airlines. Leave no perks left behind. It's like free money, people. I can't remember the name of that vessel. It was something Amsterdam, Neo Amsterdam. I don't know. It had some weird Euro-fangled wordage on that thing. It was a beast, though. Stem to stern line. That sucker was way bigger than that aircraft carrier. I did some research, and the biggest ships in the world, the biggest ships ever, are actually amongst us now. They're cruise ships. It's a one, I can't remember the name of it, that launched a few years back. It's the biggest boat ever built. I don't know. For you cruise ship aficionados, you could tell me the name of it. I don't know. I forget. I knew it, and then I forgot it. Maybe I'll go look it up so I can forget it again. There's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I never know how to pronounce that. Ruth Chris. I don't know. Overpriced steak. If you like to spend a lot of money on something you can just grill at home and you go ahead and enjoy. Or you come to my house, I'll give you a deal. And it'll be better. Still, there's the cruise ship. It's getting boring now, isn't it, everybody? Luckily, the tour is almost done. I'm almost done torturing you. Soon you can be sent on to your next YouTube video. But you cannot leave yet. Stay with me. I command you. Oh, and don't forget, hit that like button. Huh? Share, subscribe, comment. Even if they're horrible comments, say terrible things about me. I like it. It helps the algorithm. Feel free to make all sorts of terrible, nasty comments about my dialogue, my looks, my choice of touring, how cheap I am. Put it in there. I want to hear it. And I'll reply too. I'll say something very nice in return. I will never argue with you. I'll thank you. I'm shameless. And go check out all our other videos and content as we travel the world and I bring my sarcasm to the people of every continent. Everyone must be subjected to me. No one is to be spared. And this held true in San Diego. All right, one last look at the cruise ship. My wife is laughing at me in the background here. Later on, she'll watch this video. There, you can see the name of that boat. Are you happy? Yeah? Are you people who are, and what's the name of that cruise ship? Well, there you go, all right? Now shut up and leave me alone. Now I'm just talking to myself. All right, here we go. Now I show you the bag of greasy food. Yeah, I got a Cubano up at the farmer's market, and then I stopped by and got my wife two taco at Jack in the Box. Yeah, don't judge in San Diego when we're eating tacos from Jack in the Box. I know. Now you can judge my wife too. Like, what's wrong with her? The best tacos in all of Southern California, and you're eating Jack in the Box. Well, again, I told you we're cheap, and that's what we do. So if you want us to eat those fresh, delicious tacos, then by all means, you should donate to me so I can buy them next time. Put it in a note in the comments. Here's some money. Go buy a real taco, you cheap bastard. All right, now I detoured through. There's a little market here outside of the hotel where we're staying. I powered through and walked on through this. So you see they have a lot of different types of food booths and little whatever knickknacks and tallywhacks and whatnot, drinks. So this park had a couple bums sleeping in it the night before. So it's nice to see they use this area, so that way they kind of shove them out. And you get out of here. Okay, oh, you don't get to hear the nice music. These guys were playing keyboard and saxophone. I did a little dance in front of them, and hey, how's it? But, and then I walked over here, and I found this building. No, I saw these people here from Hawaii, from Oahu. They have a little business here. Anyhow, thanks for watching my video, sticking it out. We'll catch you on the next one. One voice amongst many. Aloha. Thank you so much, and take care. Oiho.